Again, I'm Wayne Hubert from InZinc. It should not be confused with the band InZinc. I'm not going to be doing any singing or anything else like that today. But just a little bit of background. I gained my experience in the mining business over the last couple decades. I joined a company called Meridian Gold in 1996. I had a strong gut feeling that I needed to be in this company, and it had a $300 million market cap. Through exploration, we grew Meridian Gold to a company that ended up being $3 billion. I left there in 2006 and joined a company called Indium Resources. It was an Australian junior company. It had a market cap of about $50 million at that point. And we raised some money, like we did recently, and we invested it, and we ended up with a company that was $3.5 billion in size, and we sold to Goldcorp in 2010. After that, my decision was, okay, I'm going to live the good life. And so I said, I'm going to hang up my boots. You always want to end on the top. You don't want your last deal to be a bad deal. So I left. I bought an interest in a surf resort, and I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life surfing and enjoying life. It was just a year or so later, I realized that the victories that I had were very hollow, and that I wasn't able to really feel fulfilled. I realized that the good life I had was back at Indium, being able to create value for other people, our shareholders. That's what I really enjoyed doing. And so it was this last October, I'd been investing in a company, and I was on the board of InZinc. I was always willing to invest because I was buying, like you would do today, you're buying zinc for a penny per pound. It's very cheap. And so I kept on doing that, and then we didn't have a CEO. We had this PEA that had fantastic numbers at current prices, and I thought, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for, especially because I've had this gut feel that this is going to be a good project because of the exploration. And so that's what I want to take you through today. And I'm going to see if I can get this moving. I believe we're a different kind of Zinc Explorer. We have money, we funded. We raised $3.5 million late last year. We're in safe jurisdictions. We're in Utah and in Canada. We have easy logistics. We're near mining areas. The West Desert project has a very robust PEA. And one of the things that's kept the project, I think, on ice for the 10 years is that it's a senior-style project in a junior company. So it's a big resource, and it's quite deep. And then we have one of the highest-grade indium deposits, which is a critical metal in the United States. And we have significant exploration potential. We've seen this chart. John showed this earlier. We have the zinc has positive fundamentals. You see the price has moved up over the last 5 years, and this is the reason. Good supply-demand fundamentals. The LME, London, zinc warehouse stocks have been depleting over the last 5 years. Mine shutdowns, economies starting to recover. Also, Indium, President Trump has said that he wants to boost U.S. production of critical metals. There's 23 identified. Indium is one of them, and it's a significant contributor here. The favorable jurisdiction, you'll see we are in elephant country. Near Salt Lake, or right adjacent to Salt Lake City, is one of the largest open pit mines in the world. It's a big porphyry copper called Bingham Canyon. I believe they come with friends, and none of these have been found, and we're hoping to find significant discovery in ours as well. We've got all the indications. You'll see grid power, water, all the critical elements are there on our project. This is the PEA, just a summary. You'll see the CapEx is about $250 million to produce about 1.6 billion pounds of zinc. And the metallurgy is fairly clean and easy. The important thing, too, is, well, how does that translate into economics? And you'll see here that at current prices, $1.50, it's close to $2 per share in value. We're trading at 20 cents, and those are US dollars, so you can see it's a significant discount. Even if we looked at $1.25, you can see that we'd be trading at a significant discount to that. And these numbers are good and so forth, and you can see if there's a lot of leverage to zinc prices if they continue to move up. But the thing that interests me is the deposit, because I think there's more there. And as you look at the deposit there, you'll see about 50 to 60 million tons, 5 to 6% zinc equivalent. And I looked into the deposit, and because it's the Pareto principle, 20% of the ore is going to produce 80% of the profits. That's any deposit, you'll find that probably to be true. And there is a core of 10%, 10 million tons, roughly at 10% zinc equivalent, that is generating a lot of the value, and that's expandable. And if we can expand that, and double the size of that, we'll more than double the value of the project. That's the goal, and we have some indication we can. There was a hole drilled, we kind of uncovered this, this was drilled 20 years ago, uncovered this last year. There's an old silver mine that's sitting adjacent to it, to this mine, and they drilled beneath it, and you'll see, it might be hard for you to see the numbers, but they hit 5 meters of 5 ounces per ton silver and 6.8% zinc. So that's probably $300 rock at the base of the old silver mine. That has never been followed up on. And we actually looked along strike in the plain in our deposit that there were some silver intercepts, and I've pulled one out there for you, 7.4 ounces per ton over 11 meters, and there's about 4% zinc with that too. So is it possible that we could have some high-grade zinc and silver here? We believe so. And it's structurally controlled, and we'll be testing that here in March. We also, they continue to drill this hole, and they, at about 700 meters in depth, they intersected 7.6% zinc, 3.5% copper, and 1 ounce per ton of silver in a massive sulphide over 3 meters. That to me is really exciting, because that's now $400 rock, and that is along a bedding plane that can be followed and followed up on. And so that is our intent, to put 3 or 4 deep holes that will intersect the base of the old silver mine, and then also test this massive sulphide. Because if we can expand the tonnage here of high-grade $400 rock, we can significantly improve the quality of this project, which is already robust in today's terms. It also has indium, and half the holes, the old holes, were not assayed for indium, but the new holes that were drilled 10 years ago were assayed, and there was indium. And you'll see all our indium comes in tubes, basically, because they modeled it around the drill holes. And so we need to drill more holes to add to the indium, because that'll increase the grade of the whole deposit as well. We also have a project in BC, and I'm going to quickly deal with this one. It's a good project. It was owned by Kamenko, a senior style project. They had some drill holes there that I think are significant, 8.9% zinc, over a couple meters, 4 or 5%, but it's near the surface, it's open pittable, and this is an anticline over 1.5 kilometers. So we think there's significant potential. We'll drill this in probably June, July. So within zinc, I think we have, there's a new dawn. I see we'll have we'll be starting drilling in March, April, and we'll start receiving results April, May, and we'll be focusing on that deep potential, that $400 rock, and also extending the indium in the thing. And then later on, we'll be drilling the Indy project probably later on in the year, in June timeframe, June, July. I want to thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll have some chance for questions later. Thanks, John.